You're listening to an encore presentation of this program, KCAA, the Inland Talk Express.
You just entered the Gotcha Zone. Eilon up to the start line and get ready to race with your host, Joe Britt. It's time for Gotcha Racing, live on KCAA 1050.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines and get ready for an action-packed, fun-filled hour of everything a motorhead ever loved or lived. Gotcha Racing with Joe Britt. Welcome to Gotcha Racing. This is Joe Britt.
Hey there, race fans, and welcome to another edition of Gotcha Racing, live Gotcha Racing TV with your host. Who the heck am I? I am Joe Britt at the helm. And we have been coming to you for the past 4 years and trying to give you all the current information and give you all the great interviews from the drivers and the teams and the fans in our industry. And also trying to give you some tips on how to do it yourself so you can save some dough when you're working on your automobile and keep the money in your pocket. Let me do my open so I can continue with our great show that we have here. Okay, hey, I come to you a humble man that is a reflection of God's grace and greatness, a humble man that is standing on shoulders of ancestors. Hello, America. Look alive, California. Wake up, San Bernardino. Stand up and be counted, Inland Empire, for this is your host, Joe Britt, coming to you loud, clear, and strong from the desert to the sea, broadcasting on the powerful KCAA Talk Radio. We are running our mouths on 3 different stations, 106.5 FM, 102.3 FM, and that old dog that just won't go away, which is the 1050 AM that's been around for about 14, 15 years now. Okay, the weather today. Weather outside is absolutely cool. I mean, it's almost like suntanning weather. But you know, for those of you who wants to roast, is 10-minute turn, 10-minute turn before you burn and put on some sunscreen, you know. Those are like me. I don't want to get out in the sun because I got a 100% tan already. But nevertheless, for those of you that are trying to get close to this, you know, don't burn. Get out there and turn. All right. Little house cleaning today, as we always do. Kind of missed you guys last week, but here we go. For those of you that could be under a rock, in a cave, somewhere, that have a smartphone, cell phone, flip phone, old-fashioned phone, house phone, you want to call and just listen, you can do it. Here's the number, 720-835-3099, 720-835-3099. For those of you who want to call into the studio and talk to me, the head cheese, here we go, 909-792-5222. It's 909-792-5222. For those of you that are calling outside the area, 909-888-5222. 909-888-5222. Okay, so if you're looking for us online, it's not that hard to find. You can Google us, Gotcha Racing Live, Gotcha Racing TV, GotchaRacing.com is our website, or GotchaRacingTV.com is our website. You can get there. We can be found on Facebook. We can be found on YouTube under Gotcha Racing TV. Okay. I mean, heck, we're just all over the place, man. We're just trying to build the brand, as they would say. You know, this year we have been really, really pushing it. And this year coming up, 2019 is going to be just as busy and more than this year 18 has been. We've done a lot of large shows. We've done a lot of small shows, and we have just been busy like we're supposed to be doing. You know, it's kind of warm in here. Joe, turn the air on, man. Air, hot, heat. Look at him walking. I don't want to do it. Thank you, sir. That's my partner in crime. We go back like old Cadillac seats, man. Call him Joe. My name is Joe also. Don't want to give me last name. Don't want him. Nobody stalk his butt. But nevertheless, that's my buddy, and he is my engineer now. So, okay. Those of you that have different shows coming up, different events coming up for next year. Okay, send those in to me. Let me know what's going on. So either I can show up and have a small crew show up. So send it to this, grtv.media@gmail.com. grtv.media@gmail.com. And so I can communicate with you and hopefully get a crew out and see what you're doing. For those of you who want to send pictures to us so we can put on our website, that's gotcharacingtv.com. Okay? And once you go there, look for, let's see, videos, look for photos, and submit them. For those models out there, we are looking for models currently. We got a lot of things going on, especially if I can find someone who's energetic, in the Southern California area, that I can have a pretty model doing, the weather, a weather girl. I'm looking for that person also. No hanky-panky. Don't have time for it. This is strictly business, okay? For you young ladies out there that think somebody wants you like that, no, we don't. We want your face and we want your personality. We don't want to do anything else with it, strictly business. So give us a call. Drop us an email, grtv@gmail.com, and let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can make you famous, all right? Okay. I got a public service announcement that I just got to get off my chest. It's from me to you, personally from me to you. What happened to me this week? I got put in the hospital for 2 days. And I had to pass a stone, man, a kidney stone. I thought I was done, all right? So, and that was inside of me for a while, and it had to come out, so it did. And I am here talking. I didn't think I was going to make it today, but I'm here, and I'm doing quite well. My eyes are getting wider. I mean, it was a backup, so it stopped. It was doing a lot of damage, actually. And when it dislodged itself, a lot of crap came out with it, and I didn't know how sickly I was. I mean, I was doing what I'm doing, but, I now that I look at it and think about all the stuff that was going on with my body, I'm going, dude, you're about to check out or something, So I'm glad that I was able to get rid of that. So here's a public service announcement. For you guys out there that are mechanics, for you guys out there that are racers and into our crazy workforce as far as cars are concerned, and you're in the motorsports industry, you have to be, well, you listen to me. Look, get yourself checked, man, once a year, okay? No matter what it is. Something small, get it checked. Something to feel right, get it checked, because you never know. You think you're strong, you think you're Superman. Your body will tell you, give you hints on, like, hey, dude, McFly, listen to your body. And when you're probably saying, well, Joe, man, that's insurance. Well, there's Obamacare, and people, the rich folks are hollering about Obamacare, but I know I got a buddy of mine who's going under the knife, and heck, he's only paying $50 a month. And this is Obamacare. Now, all these people are talking about Obamacare, blah, blah, blah. It's not good for you. Dude, this guy's going under the knife. I mean, I know the job. I know that particular surgery is going to cost $250,000, and he doesn't have it. And $50 a month, he's in, So don't let that be a deterrent. Lack of funds. If you can get on to Obamacare and get some insurance, or even go to county. But nevertheless, whatever it is, your body's telling you, just get it done. I can't stress it anymore to you, man. You wait too late and you're checking out. You're checking out. One of my we'll get back to racing in a minute, but one of my I had a friend, a female, that she did my keys for years, okay? And I got busy and didn't show up for a good 6 months, didn't have any keys to be changed. And I went in looking for her, and there's another face behind the counter. And I'm going like, well, where's so-and-so? And the guy says, she's gone. I said, well, when will she return? He says, no, she's gone. I said, well, what do you mean she's gone? Dude, she's buried. She's dead. What are you talking about? Cancer took her out, and I didn't even know it. She put on a strong face, but cancer took her out. So she was a smoker, but, and she's leaving a 9-year-old behind. And good girl, good personality, and a good worker, and a good locksmith. And so I'm just stressing the point, for you guys out there. And you gals, too. They're just not a guy thing. For you gals, too, get checked. And don't let anything sneak up on you. Know your body. Your body's your temple. Know your body. Know what you're putting in it. I just had to say that, guys. I mean, something told me I had to say that to you. Okay. All right. Got a couple of things. Did you see that that accident on the in L.A. the other day? They call it South Central, but I think it was on Florence. Speed racing. I don't like that in the streets, man. The guy T-boned a car full of kids and then hit a pole. And on the street, they had to been tacked out at least 105, maybe 110. Rolling. Car turned in front of him. One Mustang kept going. The other guy hit. And some folks died, which is not good. So what we're trying to do here at Gotcha Racing, we are familiar with all the tracks. We want to encourage you to go to the tracks and put all that testosterone that's inside your system, that's been wrapped up inside your system, put it on the tracks in a sanctioned track, If we can find a track in a field somewhere, far away, that no one can get hurt, we might do something if we can organize it, but we still would have to have paramedics there and whatnot just standing by. But I tell you, I don't like to hear that the street racers that are on the streets, and you guys are kids, man. You guys are kids, and I understand that. You need to take that to a place where if you do lose control, you won't hurt anyone. You just won't, because now these kids. Some have perished, and I believe one of the parents got wiped out, because of testosterone. And I would rather not see that anymore. I mean, I can't stress that enough. Life is very important to you and me and to others. And for it to end abruptly because of testosterone and high octane gasoline on the streets is not good for anyone. Someone's going to have nightmares for the rest of their life. Someone's going to be missing their parents. Someone's going to be missing their child for the rest of their entire life. And then someone's going to pay the price for that for the rest of their entire life. So I don't want to be on any end of that. Last night, as I was leaving my home, taking the wife out, there was a car chase in Rialto. You believe that? Listen, guys, listen. You cannot get away from the ghetto bird. And they didn't send the bird out this time. But I saw the car on Foothill and Eucalyptus, right? And he made that turn, shot in front of me, passed me by. It's 4-door. Brown, and I didn't even see what it was. I saw all the flashing lights behind it. I mean, we must have had the whole police force after this guy. Well, nevertheless, about a mile later, he hit someone on baseline, and that's when all hell broke out. I mean, he must have 9 squad cars, but no bird in the air. But I tell you, that someone that person is going to do a 3-year stretch. And if he hurt somebody, that's compounded on that stretch. So his Christmas or his New Year's is not going to be good at all. And, dude, life is just way too short. You figure you only got if you're living good, you only got a good 75 years. If you're living decent, Now, if you're living super good, you're watching all your food go in, you're going to the doctors, getting your checkup, and it depends on your family. You might make it to 80. Okay, so it is no need to shorten that time at all, at all, at all. So we're gonna try to get with the different tracks. Being sponsored some of the events at the different local tracks like Erindale or even AAA Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, and they're racing every other Wednesday. They are racing there in Fontana, and I believe every Thursday they're racing at Erindale. Well, Erindale is a smaller track, but nevertheless you can get your jollies on, and Fontana is is the big track, and you can do your thing there too. So. Take it to the track, guys. Take it to the track. It doesn't cost you hardly any money. I think it's about like $15 to sign up and get it on. So, and we will more likely come out in the evening on a Thursday and maybe do some interviewing and see if I can make you and your car starve for a hot second. Okay, what we got going? All right, we got a couple of videos going on. What time is it? I tell you what, let's take a quick break and let me get my thoughts together. So, Joe, let's give me a commercial break. Hey, folks, this is Joe Britt, and I am live. I am live today in the HQ, and that is at KCAA radio headquarters in Redlands, and we're doing our thing. Come on back. We're going to take a quick break. Let me get my chops together and listen to you. You'll be listening to me soon. It's Joe Britt. Come on back to me. Got You Racing Live.
Why are you listening to this radio station? Why? When you can host your own radio show. You're listening and you think you can do better? You have a message or a product you want everyone to know about. Host your own radio show. Team up with the area's best radio professionals and let them make you sound like you should be on NBC. KCAA NBC Radio, that is. KCAA produces more than 50 local programs each week on subjects ranging from business and sports to political talk, vegan diets, or even marijuana-related issues. We don't just broadcast on the radio, we broadcast to the world. Online, on TV, on social media, on Facebook. You'll be all over. Imagine what your friends will say. And KCAA reaches over 5 million people on 3 radio stations. Join the staff on 1050 AM, 102.3 FM, and 106.5 FM. NBC Radio. Jump on the KCAA Express. Call 909-793-1065. That's 909-793-1065 and get ready to transmit.
Back. We're back now. Okay. Thank you, Joe, for giving me a 2-second break. Okay. Thank you, dude. All right. I was looking through my paperwork here, and I'm looking at prices of cars. These are the high-end supercars. And a Lamborghini Veneno is worth $4.5 million. And it looks like a UFO that has wheels. And I bet you each wheel, I don't know what they are. It could be P0s or something. I don't know what they are, but it has a red stripe around it. Cool looking car. 750 horses. So it says it does 0 to 62 in 2.9 seconds. And the maximum speed can be reached in this car is 221 miles per hour. How about that, folks? I guess I can go to Stater Brothers real quick and get some milk and get fast home real quick. Don't think so. And then there is, let's see here. There is the Bugatti Veyron, the Super Sport, worth $2.5 million. And let's see what it does. 0 to 200 in just 13 seconds. Really? 267.86 miles per hour. I wonder how that feels. The G-forces in that car once you are from 0 to 200. I wonder if your head hits that back of the seat and just stays there for a minute for 13.7 seconds at the 200 miles an hour. That is really kicking some serious butt. Okay, and there's a new one that I've never seen. A Lycan Hypersport worth $3.4 million. Okay, 740 horses and 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. I wonder how that feels. 267 miles, somewhat maximum speed. Well, you know what? When you're at the different tracks, when I'm at the, not you, but well, you too. We're at the Winter Nationals, and you see those cars, those dragsters that are putting out, let's say 10,000 horses or 11,000 horsepower motors. I tell you, that is phenomenal. That sound. And when I was there in Pomona for the Winter Nationals, the finals, I was up in the stands, and I have to have earplugs. That noise is absolutely off the chart. It's the craziest thing. I love that sound, but they do the quarter mile in 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. We're done. Okay, that fast. So I was asking one of the drivers that won the whole series, a little guy from Texas, how's that feel? He says, dude, I just concentrate, and when I see the green light, I'm done. 1, 2, 3, 300 something miles, 310, 350, and I'm done. 3 seconds. That's got to be a heck of a rush. I just cannot imagine that. I see it. Wouldn't want to be behind the wheel. I like speed, but I don't like to go that fast. Okay. All right. So we have a caller online. You got 2 calls, Joe? We got a caller online. You know what? Friday nights are my date nights with my wife. Okay. And we have a habit for the past 5 years now. Because I'm busy, my Friday nights are for her. I mean, I try to give her more, but it's just not possible, man. I'm trying to create something here, and a media empire. So, I go to my favorite restaurant in Chino, and it's a Korean spot. It's not all. Yeah, I guess it's all you can eat, but you cook the food yourself. Really decent food. Last night they were extremely busy. So we were sitting in the lobby, my wife and I, waiting our turn to get seated, and pops these young guys that come in. Very cool. And you know me. I'm in the media business, and I'm always listening. But nevertheless, they sat in a booth next to ours. As I'm eating, I'm eardropping. I can't help it. This is the way I am, and especially when people are talking about racing. And racing, no kidding. When you're right in my industry, let me hear and talk to her and give her some time, some attention, and listen at the same time. So through the listening, I said, the conversations sound nice and interesting. Of course, I'm not going to dig into it 100% because I still got to show my wife some quality time. Found out these guys are into racing. Young guys. One guy's from Italy and the other guy's from Bakersfield. And it's like, okay, what do you do in my part of town? And lo and behold, after talking to them, going to their table and introducing myself and introducing Gotcha Racing to them, find out that they're into RC racing. Now, here at Gotcha Racing Live, when I say Gotcha Racing Live, it's just not for the big racing. It's for everything related, At one time we did racing with Hot Wheels when SEMA first did their first run with Hot Wheels. And from Hot Wheels, they went to the little wooden cars, the Pine Derby cars. And that was that could have been 14 years ago, I guess. We covered that. So we're into racing, any form of racing. So I told the guy to say, hey, man, you know what? Give me a call. Let's talk some shop on the car, give your sponsors a plug, and give your outfit a plug, and let's see what we can do. Well, lo and behold, I guess the guy Zach and the Italian guy Ricky has called in. So, Mr. Engineer, patch me over. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
You know, just trying to earn a living, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents and hold on to some of it.
Both of us are stuck working on the weekend, it looks like.
Well, you know what? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. So now, tell me about your form of racing to the audience. What are you doing?
Yeah, so we race remote control cars. They go by scale, and the most common remote control car racing is 10th scale, which is primarily electric, and then we race an 8th scale, which they also have electric, but this weekend and most of the time it's nitro. So we actually run 30% nitro in the car. So I know your listeners, you know, into drag racing, I heard you talking about that and stuff. We actually have nitro cars, so it's pretty cool.
No kidding. No kidding. So who brought you out from Bakersfield to race in, you said Chino, right?
Yeah, so there's a track in Chino called Revelation Raceway, and basically me and Ricky both, we do remote control car racing professionally, and he happened to do very good at the World Championship in Australia about a month ago, and so we flew him over here from Italy to come do our main sponsor is a Japanese company called Kyosho, and we're actually having a Toys for Tots kind of charity event. And so since I live close and we're teammates, I picked him up at LAX, and we came down here to have some fun and represent our sponsors and try to get some wins and just have a good time.
No kidding. So how long, Zach, have you been racing RCs?
I would say I've been into it for about 13 years, and on, off, but I would say racing, dedicated probably a total of 8 years, and Ricky probably around the same.
So the industry has grown that much. I've been following it, but it has grown that much that the sponsors can pick up the tab and bring Ricky from Italy over here to race?
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. A lot of people don't realize, but we actually have paid drivers. You know, we're not setting the world on fire, making millions or anything, but actually salary-based, and this is what we do for a living. Luckily, you know, multiple sponsors usually help pitch in, so you'll have one sponsor, probably your main chassis sponsor, will pitch in most of the bill as far as your salary is concerned and your travel, and then you'll have maybe, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5 other sponsors to add on to your salary and a little bit of travel as well. So enough to do a living, and thankfully, like you mentioned, the industry is growing and provides some food for us so we can go to Korean barbecue and meet awesome people like you.
How was your food last night, man?
Oh, it was awesome, just like you said.
Okay. Well, tell me this. Your sponsors, I mean, how many do you have? And, you know, right now is a good time to flop your feathers and give the world a view of your sponsors, name-wise.
Yeah, so our main chassis sponsor is Kyosho. Like I mentioned, it's a Japanese company, and they make the 10th scale and the 8th scale version cars in electric and nitro. Me and Ricky both run for them. So they've been really awesome. They help grow. Like I said, we're doing a charity event right now, the Toys for Tots, around Christmas time. And that's our main bread and butter as far as helping with anything to do financially. And then we also have other sponsors that I have a sponsor called R1 Works, which is electronics for the electric 10th scale cars. And then we have tire sponsors, Raw Speed RC. Ricky, he runs for a brand called Proline. Unfortunately, Ricky can't really talk right now because I only have about 5 more minutes. We're actually about getting ready to go race together. But Ricky has a majority of other sponsors that are kind of based in Italy and not so much worldwide. But, yeah, I mean, Proline is one of his sponsors. OS Engines, they make the nitro engines, probably one of the best brands. But for the most part, Kyosho, they make the chassis, they make all the parts, they make tools. So if anyone's interested, you guys can check out KyoshoAmerica.com. or just, search Kyosho on Google, and I'm sure you'll find tons of good stuff.
Okay. Do you build your own cars or what?
Yeah, so when you first get into RC, you can, you'll find a lot of people, you can get a car that's already pre-built, comes with an engine, comes with tires, yada, yada, yada. And as you get better, just like real race teams that fab up their own stuff, we actually did you buy a car in a box, and it's literally down to the bearings, nuts, bolts, everything is disassembled, and you put it together so you know the ins and outs of your car, down to the clutch, the transmission, the differentials, like you put all the gears in, and then you build your whole car. You buy an engine, you break that in. You have, sure there's awesome YouTube videos, but it sounds a little scary at first. But the cool thing about our industry is there's a lot of helpful people. Because being that it's just a little bit smaller, it's more affordable. So you get a lot of families, like, a father's son can actually afford to come do it on a little bit less of a dime than maybe having a real race car. And anyone can do it, girls, guys, children, grandparents, like everyone can do it. So it's really, really cool.
That sounds good, man. That sounds good. Well, look, we don't want to take too much of your time. No, you have to get your mindset for that form of racing, and I all I can say is drop them dead, man. Go and kick some serious butt. But here we go. Do you have an Instagram or Facebook that people can see what you're doing?
Yeah, so you can always check the Kyosho America Instagram and Facebook. But me personally, my name is Zachary Rogers, so I go under Z Rogers. No D, it's just ROGERS. So Z Rogers, and then the number 7 is my Instagram and Facebook handle. So if anyone wants to check that out, I pretty much only post RC stuff. You can see how often we travel. Like, there's racing all over the world. We just got back from Australia. He's over here from Italy. So I'm sure whatever town your listeners are in, there's probably an RC track within an hour's range of them.
All right, Zach, I tell you what, man, I'm going to keep in contact with you. And hopefully when you're at another track throughout the world, maybe you can call in and give us a little bit of information about what's going on in that part of the world as far as RC racing is concerned. Hey, brother, thank you. Thank you for calling in, man. And you guys have a good day today.
All right, buddy. You too.
Take care. All right.
Bye.
So, folks, you see, that's how it's done. And this is what we do. We'll give anybody 5 minutes of fame because that's what we do. And I'm a listener. And listening, I always say this. Once you open your mouth and start talking, the world gets smaller. Okay? And then I always say this. It's good for you to open and turn that book, the booklet, and you see the outside of the book, you won't know what's going on the inside until you flip that cover, right? You flip it to the left, and then you can read inside the book. So that's what people also. Everybody has a story. Everybody is not a complete bum or a chump. That's really some decent people out there, especially in our industry. The motorsports industry. You find a lot of decent people. Okay, who we got? We have a caller, and I believe that is Chris. He would be our road warrior for the motorcycle industry. Buddy, how are you?
Hey, I am doing very well, Joe. How you been?
I'm better now.
Well, yeah, I heard that. I mean, throwing stones, that's not very good. It's like throwing a shoe, but doesn't feel quite the same. I don't
Oh, this is like throwing a shoe. It would make you holler, buddy.
I'm aware. I've been there, done that.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm right there with you. And, no, I'd prefer a broken leg. It actually doesn't hurt as much.
I tell you, man, the pain was just stupid. It was just anyway. I'm here and I feel good.
But good.
And I'm talking to you. Got my best bud on the phone, and I'm talking to him. So we are doing just peachy right now. All right. What you got?
Hey, we are officially into the winter wonderland. And the weather is turning. You wouldn't know it out here in Southern California that we're in winter, but we are. And it's starting to get wet out from time to time. So, we've discussed in past about, dressing up warmly and dry, because if you're not warm and dry, then you're not thinking about what you need to, and that is being safe on the road. So for those guys and gals that are the real road warriors that are commuting and have to ride in this stuff or to choose to ride in it voluntarily, I just wanted to throw down a couple of tips on how to keep the wheels in the right direction and underneath you.
What you got?
So you've done all your checks. You're all dressed up, ready to rock, and pull out of the driveway and you cut your turn like you always do. And you know what? There's a good chance you're probably going to fall on your keister. You got to pay attention to the fact that the roads are slicker. Oil and water don't mix, and asphalt is an oil base just by what it is. Plus, you've got all the automobiles and drainage and runoffs and all that thing, and that oil rises to the top. And you have fuels and petroleum-based products. They like to sit up on top of water, which means that is now between your tires and the asphalt.
No traction.
And now you're in a little less situation or a precarious situation. We have a small footprint. And what I mean by that is, like you like to say, where the rubber meets the road. Mm-hmm. We don't have as much of it. And so we have to take a few more precautions, as everybody should in wet weather, no matter what you drive or ride. But, we have to be very, very careful in our turns and in our distances and our braking. Now, what I mean by that is, as you're making your turn, we've talked about this, where you got less tire making contact than you do when you're upright. So we need to maximize that thought and try to stay a little more upright when making our turns, and not cutting the corners like we enjoy doing in the summer months and dry weather. So you guys, you got to stay a little more upright and slow down on those turns. We also normally come into the turn, roll off the throttle a little bit, and then start rolling on the throttle as you're coming out, and that helps stand us back upright. Well, in wet weather, you want to not, you almost have to force yourself not to get on the gas too hard coming out of the turn. You want to be more upright before you start to accelerate. Again, same reasons. We want to make sure we have maximum footprint on the ground as you're accelerating, and practice your smooth accelerations at this point. This is not where you want to start breaking traction, even coming out of the turn, because the next thing you know, back wheel's dancing around in front of you, and that's not where you want it.
Well, let me give you some of my personal experience for you and our listeners. I used to ride bikes, and at one time, a couple of times, I did ride in the rain, and that's when I was a novice. Didn't know, crap from Shinola. I'm riding in the middle of the road, right dead center of the street.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's wet, and it's wet, and what you just said rises to the top. So I'm going to an intersection, and I can't stop.
Nope. just that fast, just that quick.
That's right. I could not stop, man. So what I had to do was I had to lay it down, or either go to the intersection and get hit. So luckily at that time we had Nerf bars. Remember those?
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right. So that took a beating, and I had to slide it. And I would rather hurt the motorcycle versus being manged up or killed. So and that's a good. You made a good judgment, quick judgment decision on how badly am I going to wreck? Because you're at that point you realize I'm going to wreck. That's right.
So now you're looking to minimize your injuries and whatnot. So that was a good decision.
You know what? I would prefer not to go in the rain. I've seen some guys tackle the big drops, and I'm like, I don't know how you guys are doing it, man.
Well, you know what? You brought up a good point though in your story there, that you were in the middle of the lane, and again, one little thing might have helped you out on that, and that is, and everybody listen to this. Shift yourself into the wheel track of the vehicle in front of you. Right left of center, right of center. In fact, I always preach this no matter what your weather. because again, that's where the majority of your oil and debris gathers, is in the middle of the road.
That's right.
There's a song about, in the middle of the road you find the oddest things, and none of those are good for a motorcyclist. Not a single one of them.
Yeah.
So keeping yourself even in the wheel track, the natural wheel track of an automobile, and particularly in rain or snow. Yes, I've ridden in snow before. Will help avoid that very scenario, that you just described there. You get a little less water, less chance of hydroplaning, which is where the water gets between your tires and the roadway, and then you're just surfing at that point. Another thing to be careful of out there, guys, is the white lines. Okay, crosswalks when you're changing lanes. If you're splitting lanes, those lines are like ice when it's wet. So when you're making your turns, crossing the crosswalks, pay particular attention. Make sure, you want to be a little more upright. And even then, you got to watch your speed. You got to moderate your speed. Tar snakes are another will get you. And for some of you veteran riders, you know exactly what I mean there. For some of you new guys, the tar snake is that sealant that they use to fix cracks in the asphalt.
Oh, yeah,
It's a silicone-based sealant. And when silicone gets wet, it is a natural enemy of motorcycles. And even going straight along, you just got to be careful. Give yourself distance. Now, if you ride a smaller, lighter motorcycle, you guys that run everything up to about a 650, you don't have the weight to give you that extra traction footprint in the rain. And at speed, you literally will get up on top of that water, on top of that oil surface. And so you need to give yourself a little more distance for stopping, and try to also pay attention to the guy behind you and make sure you give them distance too. Try to stay up ahead of them. If they want to tailgate you, move over to the side, change the lane, let them pass you. Because they're going to be in the same situation. Now you're thinking, for those guys who say, hey, Chris, I ride a big bike like yours. That mean I can run a little faster? No. We still have to make the same adjustments because now we're dealing with more weight, more centrifugal forces. We still have to do the exact same thing. So everybody has to do the exact same thing. Give yourself distance, stay a little more upright, pay attention to where you're at and hypervigilance. And all of this is a lot easier when you're also warm and comfortable. We discussed that before. So that's pretty much it.
The rain you have to worry about. Center of the road you got to worry about. The tar to fix the road you got to worry about. Knuckleheads you got to worry about. So you're basically saying you better drive defensively.
You got to drive defensively for all the time anyway. For like you say, everybody else, the knuckleheads and so on. But now we have to be a little more defensive because we can be our own worst enemy if we're not paying attention to our riding technique. And we have to change up our technique on what we're doing, how we're doing it, when we're in a wet environment. And this also goes for just fog as well because that makes the road damp and slick as well.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you know what, man? You have a lot, and you're never out of nothing.
Well, a lot of it, and again, I think I go through this every year, this time of year, because, we got new riders coming on all the time. And even for some of us older guys that have been doing this for a while, I've been doing this for coming on about 46 years now. It's a reminder. We got to remind ourselves because we've enjoyed these dry summer months and have had, fun up there in the twisties. And then all of a sudden we, literally pull out of the driveway and go, oops, hey, I need to slow down here because now I'm starting to power slide, and that's not very fun on the Gold Wing.
I got you, brother. Well, look, man, I really appreciate you, dude. And I see you got. I passed by the house the other day. I guess you're putting some stuff on the outside, ornaments and everything. Hopefully,
it is that time. It is that time of year, right? So we got to start dressing things up and make sure Santa can find the place when he comes whizzing on by, right?
Yeah. Not bad at all. Okay, dude. Well, take care of yourself. Happy trails, and I'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you much, and enjoy the ride. Talk to you later.
All right. So that's Chris, our road warrior. and a lot of great information he's given us over the years. All right, so let's see. We're not going to go to a break because we're almost done. Hey, we got a video file on that. Not a video file, but an audio file. Yeah. But let's see. Put one of those files on, Joe. Let's see if I can go get a glass of water or something, and then I'll be right back, folks.
All right, here we are at SEMA, the media conference, and we're here at Proform, and this is a new company to me, but boy, have they got stuff. I'm looking at alternator starters, distributors, valve covers, wheel centers, just all kinds of stuff. Electric radiator fans, rocker arms, gosh, just some really killer looking 4-barrel carburetors, 750 double pumper. Anyway, and I'm here with Ryan. Ryan, tell me about this company.
Well, Proform is the house brand of Specialty Auto Parts USA. We do licensed product for the big three: Chevrolet, Ford, Mopar, dress up, as well as internal components, starters, and distributors. And Proform is the house brand. It's the brand that we have for your backyard race car guy, or just the guy looking to soup up his vehicle for his Sunday cruiser.
Cool. So where are you located?
Warren, Michigan, about 15 minutes outside of Detroit.
All right. And how long has Proform been around?
Proform's been around since 1984.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so started out just doing the chrome valve cover business, and then expanded. We got the deal with doing licensed products for Chevrolet, and then from there just spun off. We're masters of manufacturing, so we can do the starters and the alternators and the roller rockers and the fans. And
all right, so you're the master distributor for this stuff?
We're the manufacturer.
Okay, you're the manufacturer. What's your distribution like? Jegs and
Summits, the Keystones, all the WDs. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, cool. And if people want to know about your product specifically, they can go to your website, which is
www.proformparts.com.
Proformparts.com.
PROFORM parts.com.
Cool deal. So what's new for you guys?
This year we have come out with an extended line of slant edge breather caps, looking good under the hood. Just adding that little cherry on top to your Sunday for a reasonable price, under $30-$40, just to kind of add some flair, some spark. We have an adjustable fan controller to keep your fan running at a variable speed to keep your engine at a consistent temperature, and we're looking forward to that retailing at about $100. So it's a great value.
Wow, that's real affordable.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we're all about, is having the better product at the good price. So we want the guys to. We don't want you to have a piece of junk, but you don't need to pay an arm and a leg for it either.
You know what? That's what Falcon said. Tires.
Mm-hmm.
They're not tier 1, but they're tier 2, but they perform like tier 1 and they're priced at tier 2.
Yeah, that's us.
That's
Yep.
you.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. But that's the place to be.
That is
Bang for the buck, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, these two carburetors that I'm looking at they're amazing pieces.
Yeah, for the price, they're not meant to be like the build your own, but if you just want a complete unit, take it out of the box, put it on your engine, this is the way to go. Our 750 model starts at about $583 and goes up every about $50 for every 100 CFM. But it's great.
5.5.
5.5.
Is that what you said? 5.5 on the price.
583.
583.
583
okay.
Roundabout, and just from there.
Looks like a hell of a value to me.
It definitely is compatible with a lot of other carbs out in their market. So there's no shortage of ways to soup it up if you so choose to.
Yeah, cool. And the carbon fiber looking valve covers, really nice look, man. Your stuff really looks good.
Well, I appreciate that. We take a lot of pride in our design for our dress up. For the Chevrolet, we have patents that we only use for Chevrolet. We have patents that we only use for Ford. we're not going to take the same design and just slap whoever's logo on it. That is Chevrolet's look. That is Ford's look, and we take a lot of pride in that.
So, hot distributors, electric water pumps, pieces and bits, internal, external, and as well as the dress up. That pretty well covers it, right?
Oh, and engine building tools. Tons and tons of engine building tools for just for the guy in his garage, to make his engine run faster or run better or just save a little bit of time.
Yeah, the enthusiast.
The enthusiast.
All right. Okay, well, hey, I appreciate the time, and I'm really impressed with the wide array that I'm looking at. And again, if you're interested, go to
Proformparts.com. PROFORM parts.
.com. All right, man. Hey, thanks a lot.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Folks, and that's how we do it here. That was our correspondent. He's no longer with us. He's in, I guess, it's state of Washington, doing something else right now. But that was Larry. That was Larry. Our season is billing up. And, when this season is done now, I'm so glad it's over with. But January starts it all back over again. And I might be hitting a couple of coffee and car deals if I can get to them. That would probably be charity sponsored this Christmas season. And then we're done. And we can probably relax for about a month or so. And next season, we got a lot of things coming on. And I don't know if I can do it on myself, I know I can't. I need correspondents like the guy you just heard, Larry. I need some young ladies out there that could do the weather. Starting in January, we'll be speaking from our Studio B. We no longer will be coming into the Redlands headquarters. We'll be primarily with our studios. It's just about complete now, and we're happy about that. So then you can also, at the same time, view it on our website as we are live. So you can probably view it on KCAA radio.com live, and then you can also view it on Gotcha Racing TV, okay? Live. So we're kind of happy about that. We're moving right along. We're trying to do what we can do, but I can't do it on myself, I've been a one-legged man in a turd kicking contest for a while, and I just can't do it. I want to make some other folks and famous and knowledgeable folks out there. So for you guys and gals that are out there that want to get into the media industry, television and also radio, look, here's my number, grtv.media@gmail.com. Let me repeat that, grtv.media@gmail.com. Or go to our website, which would be gotcharacingtv.com, or just put in gotcharacing.com and send me some information, talk to me via the internet, via our website, and let's get something going. Let's get something going. So we are happy to spread this fortune around. That's our job. Not only give the people, the racers, a plug and their sponsors a plug, but we also want to give the folks out there a chance to be a media personality. As someone said that I was, or that I am. I'm just regular Joe, man. It's been around. Just love cars, and I love talking. But you know what? It puts you in a lot of good situations because we're all car people. And I tell you what Barry Maguire told me. He says, hey, don't you just love the car people? Because all the car people, we speak all the same language, and we all get along with each other. And that's true. When it comes to cars, there's no longer a barrier about skin complexion. There's no longer a barrier about language, not unless you're speaking Chinese and I'm speaking, the Queen's English. But nevertheless, there's always a middle ground. When I was in SEMA last time, which was in November, we came across some Chinese guys, and we broke the barrier and started talking shop. But nevertheless, hey, folks, this is Joe Britt, and I'm happy to be here at the helm. And I'm happy to give you all the information that you need for the upcoming year.
Stick with us. Be safe. And please, please, don't drink and drive. Hey, this is Joe Brett. Gotcha Racing Live, Gotcha Racing TV, broadcasting out of Redlands, KCAA Radio. Take care. Talk to you soon.